car, when cold, on a cold start, it's like Godzilla. And welcome to WhiteDetails. Inside now and towel dried. There wasn't a great deal of exciting stuff to show during the wash stages. It's a pretty clean car. There wasn't a great deal of tar on the surfaces. I know it's a black car, so tar deposits difficult to spot. Gonna get it in the air now to raise it up, get the wheels off, clay bar it, the third and final decontamination stage. Then we'll take a look at the paint. Be mindful, by the way, if you're putting one of these on a ramp, jacking points, I'll try and show you actually. I'm going to use the GoPro for this because getting you under there is going to be difficult. Although whilst outside taking the wheels off, I did use the rear jack point back here that is in the middle of the car. There is a jack point in there, but you need to have sort of the right puck to get, or the right jack attachment to get under there. For the rear, can you see the circular imprint there, the horseshoe? That's the jack point. That is underneath the blade on the side. Rear engine, obviously the weight is back here. So that is going to be my number one. And then again at the front, there's still nothing on the side skirt to use, the side of the vehicle to use. So this rubber grommet there. This is the strongest point in the front, just about there. But of course, when you can, please do use the owner's manual to get that information. Don't just take my word for it. Something to be mindful of, and something I think people get caught out with. I know I've nearly easily done it in the past. I've been rolling around on the floor, handling the chassis, the joint points. I'm dirty, I'm dusty. What I need now is either a drying towel or clay bar. Just be mindful of what's on your hands before you reach for them. Contamination. Positector 6000 probe up on the roof, 80 microns, which is pretty thin. I suppose we ought to talk about the car actually. So we're taped, about to start polishing now. It's here for a two-stage minor paint correction. Initially, when the inquiry first came through, the customer was asking about the white detail, the full gold package, the major correction, plus everything that could be thrown at it as well. But then backtrack slightly on the basis that the vehicle is used. It is tracked, it is thrown around racetracks. It has been around the Nürburgring several times, it will go around the Nürburgring several times more. So although the white detail was attractive, they understood the timings, the costs. I've been given a budget to work to, rather than chasing perfection for the owner to then have to really worry about the vehicle and it's there after maintenance. It is possible, but he didn't really want it absolutely perfect fit in the back of his mind to worry about it too much to then not use it, if that makes sense. He still wants to use it, and he wants 3.5 days, 4 days of TLC, but he was just a bit worried about not using it if the vehicle came back absolutely 100%. So you can see lots of room for improvement. It's what looks like clay marring or even sanding marks. It's hard to, it's all over the bonnet up here. There's a bad nick on the A-pillar here that isn't going to come out. It's in a terrible location, that. You can feel it, and it's on the trim too. Mirrors, side blades, spoiler are all matte. Saw some of this damage earlier on at the start of the video. Some rub marks and sander marks there, and the bumper at the back, sander marks here. The bumper has been painted. I believe my customer has had this done himself. Look at the heat that's generated on the exhaust. It looks like that's wet and it's dripping, but that's melted. I think he said that this is his second or third bumper because it has melted the plastics. So what they've had to do now is have a lot of heat insulation added to the back end of the pipes to sort of protect the bumper. Trying a new combination today. Was pleased and impressed with Cartex 9000 and the 12,000 Ultra finish. I think it was last week on the RS5. Gonna do some cutting with 3000. Lots of recommendations on my Instagram off the back of people seeing me using the Cartec polish and refining range. But this supposedly is very nice. However, it does dust somewhat. Foam pad has certainly finished down better. Left hand side was the green foam pad, right hand side a microfiber with 3000 Cartec cut. So it's definitely finished better on the left. The edge work's been done with a 3-inch, both sides. Deeper marks left, both sides as well. I actually give it to the left hand side here for Cartec, using the foam pad over the wool, over the microfiber, sorry. I'll continue to experiment. As you can see, plenty more to chase out. Spoke too soon. It dusts quite a bit. Okay, hopefully the first of many 50/50s on this R8. Let's put some focus. This side has been cut twice. I wasn't happy with the first cut. I wasn't happy with the finish. There was still some deep marks. There's been something happen here. I'm not sure, maybe stuff been put on the roof. So 2 cutting passes and I'm sort of happy with the level of correction. And as a test spot also, this has been refined as a test. So it's certainly bringing back the depth, the color. There are lots of ticks in here as well. Polishing, love marks and polishing. Certainly compared to last week's RS5, the R8 is in a worse shape. It's older, it's got more miles. I don't know if that's true actually. I'm not 100% which routine, which combination yet is going to be best to advance with. Combination of deep marks, bad scratches, having to draw the line somewhere to accept that's enough, minor correction, and thin lacquer. Another obvious 50/50, an obvious tape line there as well, actually, that hasn't yet been IPA'd, or panel wipe, degreased, whatever. But I think annoyingly I've corrected the worst side. So had I done this side, it would have been more of a drastic before and after, because this side I don't think is as bad. I think what I thought was maybe claymore, and I think it's actually just micro scratches. Well, it's exactly that, but I think something might have been rested, something maybe lived on the bonnet as a bit of a workstation. I don't know. It's hard to judge. But coming out kind of well. Some areas requiring 2 hits to get the desired level of correction. The bonnet actually responded a lot nicer than some of the other panels. This has been repainted. I've also actually reached out to the owner to see if we want to get a new GT badge. I think when the bonnet's been painted, the GT badge has been recycled and repurposed, so it's been reused, but it's not level for a start. That should be lined up, one assumes. And I've done the polishing around here, but look at the defects underneath the badge. There's a lot of haze, buffer trailing, swirls underneath there. So badge off, polish is one, a new badge back on would be ideal. It is Monday, fast approaching 5:30. I wonder if I can speak to Audi myself, and I should see if I can get a quote for the GT badge. I can't imagine they're very easy to get hold of, but just spent time polishing around the GT badge, actually forgetting the conversation last night with the owner of the vehicle, who said take the badges off, it'll make life easier, we can get them back on somehow. And I never did get through to Audi last night, so let's try again. Oh, I'm tired today. See what I mean about the damage underneath the badges? That wants to really be polished underneath there properly, and with the badges on you can't do that. Badge off, polish, hopefully new badge back on. Still slaying with Cartex 3000, Kamikaze Collections wool pad for the big areas, Lake Country microfiber for the 3, and the hybrid. A lot of love for this machine. This car, there's a lot of areas for this to tackle, especially under there, and then this shallow as well, concave here. Good luck trying to rotate and allow a 3-inch to fully correct safely this ledge. Not the ledge, but the curve. To get the pad to sit comfortably in there, oscillate without stalling, it's going to be very difficult. Back portion here, the hybrid has been used, so I'm literally going to be doing, what's that? So this sort of distance, 6 inches at a time, keeping it small, keeping it tight without extending it too far, the polish drying out and not getting a full cut in the area. So it's going to be 1, 2 sections, 3 sections, and 4 alpha. That's not as bad there. So the hybrid's certainly coming into its own. I'd like to change the music as well. Missed call, Vodafone. Good morning, hi, I've sent a missed call, it's Jim at WhiteDetails. Very well, thank you. For yourself? The Big Boy Blow R Pro vehicle blower slash dryer. If you're in the market for one of these, hold tight for now. As beastly as this is, and it's a great bit of kit, there is a baby brother to the Blow R Pro due any week, any day, I think, as we speak. Ultimate Finish, the UK's distributor for Big Boy. It's Australian, I think. It's an Australian brand. It's quality of the kit. There is a Mini Pro or Mini Plus due any day. I should be getting my hands on one, some more information, specs and info on that as it happens, as it comes. But for Big Boy kit and discounts, Ultimate Finish, use the discount code WD10, and that's a discount code for across the board at Ultimate Finish. Should you be in the market for a blower, or a brush, or a compound, or a towel, or a pressure washer, or a machine polisher. Engine bay dressing time now. The Big Boy blower comes into action again to spread and distribute the water-based dressing. Not a great deal of engine bay 2 prep here, to be honest. It's all mostly covered up by the matte carbon, but it will still be dressed nevertheless, polished where applicable. And that glass needs cleaning as well. And this is polycarbonate, it's not even glass. And it looks spectacular. And going on to toothpickery now. So this is the towel I'm going to be using. Pretty clean. Let's see how many dirt spots we can pick up during the process of toothpickery with this and this. So clearing out areas like that. That's the rear wing. Bit in the panel gap down here. If we get some light, hopefully you can see in the panel gap, and between the door and the front wing, again get some light in the panel gap. Now that's 50 times over the car. It's going to be, as always, a well worthwhile procedure. Panel gap. Bit tight that one, so I have to get the cocktail stick, switch it out, try again. Go! Well, I was missing something. It's also worthwhile having an airline on standby so you can give it a as well. Toothpickery complete. 14,000 miles worth of not only new and old polish residue, but dust, dirt, stones. What should we do now? Write a list, I suppose, about that time of the job. Whoop. Rims coated inside out as well as the calipers. The calipers have responded well. They were looking a bit dry, and that application there has left them looking fresh. There is chemical stain in here. There's some drips which the owner was aware of from previous times. What's been used there, unsure. But if you're going to do some toothpickery work, like as seen earlier, if you do, great, just be careful. More careful than I. You see this? You see this little scratch? See that? Yeah. It was me. Slipped. This stick obviously slipped out of there, and even though it was wrapped around a cloth, the cloth was maybe contaminated. Scratch. Back out on the ivory. Got it. Another view of the jacking points I spoke about much earlier on in the video. The rubber chock is inside that horseshoe semicircle. It's pretty grubby under here. It's not booked for an underbody cleanse or detail. However, front jacking point. However, I do now need to do a more thorough cleanse of this rear carbon diffuser to be able to get some coatings onto it. It still isn't fully clean, so I'll clean as much as here and then get it coated. That's then the coating's complete. I've then got the diffuser and the glass to do. Get the wheels on, get them torqued. The new wheel bolt caps have been coated. Happy days. Right, stop. Stop. Give that a sec to dry, IPA it, coat it. I think actually there's something similar at the front needs attending to as well. Just caught it here, a little bit of damage there unfortunately on the underside, but a bit of a wipe clean IPA coat this, polish the black slats, the gloss sections and the grille. This is all coated, looking good. Not sure if I said it or not, the battery light's flashing. Ugh. Try again. I think that's the 6th, certainly 5th or 6th battery change I've done whilst filming this. But the owner of the car was in sort of two minds. Do I keep it? Do I sell it? Don't know where the market is. There's none available on the market. There's only 18. I see there's a few Spider R8 GTs, a convertible, for sale. Not the best time to sell a car. It doesn't use the car. What do I do? Who knows? Maybe the detail will make me want to keep it. Maybe it will make me want to sell it because it'll be in the best possible condition for resale. But if they don't walk through this door and say, holy shit, I'm keeping that car, I've done something wrong. So 2-stage minor paint correction, 70 to 80% defect removal. There will be the odd round, deeper, rounded off scratch left in the after footage. Bonnet was probably the worst. Topped with Kamikaze Collections in pan coat. The wheels have been treated as well as the calipers with Carbon Collectives Platinum wheels. Although the interiors had a wipe and a vac, just a bit of a courtesy wipe and a vac, that hasn't been fully detailed, although it's pretty cool, so I'm going to show you in the after footage, but it hasn't been done properly. Be sure to find us on Instagram for daily behind the scenes and updates. Subscribe if you're not already to help the channel to continue to grow and to be notified when the next video may drop. Take care. See you soon. By the way, I'm interrupting the after footage to show you that although this looks fabulous and the paintwork is pretty good, that it's a bit of a cheat. Some of you will know already that bouncing the light off a surface as a diffused light can really exaggerate a vehicle's glossiness. However, you've seen lots of close-up direct light shots now to know the camera's struggling to focus. To know that there is nothing to hide here, it is as it is, but some profiles, some companies do use one big, massive diffused flush light to show off the whole car. Whereas what I like to do is that.